This week in the markets, activist investors face off with AT&T, Apple announced new products, and major investors urge WeWork to postpone the IPO. This is the Silver Report's weekly review, where we take a look at all of the headlines that moved the markets during the week. On Monday, the markets closed mixed, with the Dow up 38 points, the S&P down less than a point, and the Nasdaq up 15 points. In news that moved the markets on Monday, activist investors Elliot Management acquired a $3.2 billion stake in AT&T. Elliot Management believes AT&T could trade at $60 per share by 2021 if certain assets are sold and cost-cutting actions are taken. Attorney generals have put Facebook in their sights. The AGs are planning to investigate if Facebook stifled competition and put users' data at risk. On Tuesday, the Dow closed up 73 points, the S&P closed up less than a point, and the Nasdaq closed down 3 points. In news that moved the markets on Tuesday, Jack Ma stepped down from Alibaba. The stock traded down on the day. Apple held its keynote announcing the new iPhone, new iPad, new Apple Watch, and the price of Apple TV Plus. ROKU stock fell on the Apple TV Plus announcement. Wendy's announced that they're planning to invest in breakfast and plans to roll it out nationwide in 2020. Softbank urged WeWork to postpone its IPO amid worries about the company's falling valuation. GameStop reported earnings missing EPS estimates by 10 cents and revenue estimates by $50 million. And Dave & Buster's reported an EPS beat of 6 cents and revenue of $344 million was in line with analyst estimates. On Wednesday, September 11th, we took the morning to remember the tragedy of 9/11/2001. The markets were open and the Dow closed above 27,000. The Dow closed up 227 points on the day, the S&P closed up 21 points, and the Nasdaq closed up 85 points. In news that moved the markets on Wednesday, oil prices declined after a Bloomberg report that the White House has discussed easing sanctions on Iran. Uber and Lyft traded higher on Wednesday after California Governor Gavin Newsom stated he's committed to continue negotiations regarding AB5. AB5 would see Uber and Lyft drivers get employee status rather than the independent contractor status they currently have. Oracle's CEO Mark Hurd announced that he'll be taking a leave of absence to focus on health issues. Boeing stock also traded higher on Wednesday after the CEO reported seeing solid progress on the grounded 737 MAX. In earnings news, Aurora Cannabis reported a revenue miss of $4.5 million Canadian and an EBITDA loss of $11.7 million Canadian. Also on Wednesday, we received the sad news that oil billionaire T. Boone Pickens passed away at age 91. May rest in peace. On Thursday, the Dow closed up 45 points, the S&P closed up 8 points, and the Nasdaq closed up 24 points. The markets got a boost from a report that President Trump is contemplating a temporary trade deal with China. Also, the European Central Bank introduced another round of stimulus for the Eurozone. The Smile Direct Club's debut was a rocky one. The stock fell 27% on the day. Kroger reported earnings beating EPS estimates by 3 cents but missed on revenue by $170 million. Broadcom reported an EPS beat by 3 cents and revenue of $5.5 billion was in line with analyst estimates. The stock traded down in after-hours trading. On Friday, the markets closed mixed, with the Dow closing up 37 points, the S&P closing down 2 points, and the Nasdaq closing down 17 points. The easing trade war tensions fueled the third straight week of market gains. The Dow, S&P, and Nasdaq all closed up on the week. In IPO news, Cloudfare began trading on Friday and closed 20% above its IPO price. The stock didn't do much once it actually hit the markets, though. In crypto news, Bitcoin continues to range and was trading at $10,198. Ethereum was trading at $178.51, up from last week. Litecoin was trading at $67.74, also up from last week. And Ripple closed our week out at 25 cents. Crude oil closed the week out at $54.99 per barrel, down more than $1 a barrel from last week's close. A big winner for the week was Acadia Pharmaceutical, which increased 69% on the week following good news on its Parkinson's psychosis drug. A big loser for the week, Acaro Therapeutics, which decreased 22% on the week. And just a reminder, if you're in need of fresh investment ideas, check out our quarterly newsletter, The Seville Report, which was released on September 1st, 2019. You can find it at sevillereport.com. Also, a link to sign up to our weekend article in Focus is in the description below. And any headlines that you want to read more about, the link to the full story is in the description below. Thanks again for checking out the Silver Report's market review. This channel is dedicated to anyone who wants to start investing but doesn't know how or where to start. If you have any questions, ask in the comment section, like and subscribe, and may your next investment be your best investment. See you next week.